What's up, everybody? It is Kellen here from Start Your Systems, and welcome back to MX's ATV Reflex today. Hopefully you guys had a happy Thanksgiving wherever you are, most likely in the U.S. if you're celebrating Thanksgiving, but wherever you are in the world, I hope you had a lovely Thursday. We're going to jump into a fun little video today. I figured I'd just throw something together for a little Flashback Friday video today, and MX's ATV Reflex always crushes it when we upload something about it. So what I wanted to do today was just kind of go back through every stock Supercross track that is in the game. Do one lap on every track. This is pre-recorded laps, so I just was trying to do my best to kind of like do a good lap to show off the track. But this is Stone Point Round 1. I'll talk about each track a little bit along the way. Stone Point Round 1 was the first track on the list that you got, you know, as you rolled through the list of tracks in the game. Very simplistic track. Like the first 2 or 3 tracks are really simple and easy. So there's not much to it. I mean, there's the triple rhythm section. You could go double through it. The whoop section, you know, you obviously fly through. But this is kind of like everyone's introduction to the game when it comes to Supercross is this track. And it's a really fun little kind of simple Supercross track. From there, it goes, in my opinion, even easier, which is Manchester Round 1, Manchester, Oregon, as they call it. And I feel like this is meant to be like Anaheim to a degree because it's built into a baseball stadium. But this track is 4 total lanes across. You go through this first turn complex, so left 90-degree turn, then step on, step off, off camber U-turn right there, and you can just kind of hop over the backside of that table, then clear all the bumps. A little tire tap right here, and then sometimes you can get absolutely corked on that triple. And then this whoop section kind of sets up the rest of the track from here for you. If you get this whoop section clean, you get this double around the corner. Sometimes you can triple, but I just went over and then triple through here. If you land and apex this corner well enough, you can then quad over the Supercross triple in, but I come up short, so I think I check up and just step on, step off. But like I said, a pretty simple track. I like those 2 tracks to start it just because it's nice that like there is a easier version of tracks before you get to some harder stuff. And I feel like Fort Dodge Round 1 here is like your first little forte into some of the more advanced stuff that you're going to have to do on the Supercross tracks in the game. But still a pretty simple track for the most part in terms of layout. Left-hand 90-degree first corner whoop section, 100-degree 80 right-hander, and then a split option through here. I always love going step on, step off, down, and then across the corner to do this triple. I just feel like that flows the best. Jump over this little guy, and then a big Supercross triple, which you get corked out for right there. Landed all awkward. So normally I go triple over that, and then I think either quad or over table double into the corner, but then I just went step on, step off, quad into the corner. Then this is our first kind of like real look. I feel like it's sand in a corner on a Supercross track because that corner right there gets super rutted out. Nice little double step on, step off, and then off the top of a little off-camber corner, another step on, step off to a small double. Outside, step on to a triple off right here, or you go right side, triple over, double. And then outside here, jump up onto the plateau, triple off the top, double to the inside, carry speed to get the Supercross triple. And it's just a fast, fun, flowy track. Like, it's a little bit more technical than the first 2. Little double across the start here. Almost wrecks my day as I land on the tough blocks, but I just felt like that was a half-decent enough lap to show, so we did it. But this Kingston Round 1, which is the 4th track on the list as you go across, is, in my opinion, one of the best tracks in this game. The 2 Kingston tracks are incredible, but this, to me, was like the most fun technical Supercross track that was in the game because it had long rhythm lanes that had multiple options. So, of course, I'm doing just one lap on each track. I'm only going to show you one option. But, you know, sand section after you come backwards down the start straight, which, by the way, is a double. The other way, it's rollers down the start straight. But this first option here, you go left, step on, triple off, and then triple again, which I'm going to case a little bit to still not quite pop this quad all the way into the corner. But a fun little flowy line. There's a couple different options through there. Same thing here. You can go over this table, and then I think it's either over or quad. But I just step on, step off, and then go for the quad out. Big Supercross triple. Flash bulbs are popping. Flash bulbs, not a thing really anymore because so many people just take pictures on their phone. And I blew this rhythm section as well. It's quite easy to triple in, and then I think you go quad, double into the corner, but I try to go for the double step on, step off, quad line, which is another option. There's just so many options in Reflex with these Supercross tracks. But the split lane whoop section, I always went left here. Some people will go right. And another thing I should point out with these videos is I'm clearly not the best at this game, so I get it. You're about to run circles around me doing hot laps on these tracks. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you for how good you are at this game. I'm just simply trying to show off the laps on this track and kind of relive the glory days because these Reflex stock tracks I got like they just like live in my mind. Like I feel like I can almost recite them and the lines that I would take through them on every single track. Like it's really not hard every time I load these up to be like, that's exactly, I remember this track pretty much the first time I played it onward. I know exactly how it goes and how it flows. And Kingston Round 1, definitely one of my more favorite tracks. Then we flip over to all the round 2s as we continue to go down the list. And this is Manchester Round 2. This is a pretty unique track to me, one that I feel like I would never expect to see built for any Supercross event, to be honest with you. But over the finish, I like that left side, like kind of tire tap quad single. You can 5 out of that section if you get the whip glitch right. And then raised whip section, a lowered whip section under the tunnel. And there's a little kicker on the exit of that whip section, and it really screws you up for this, the ability to go outside and quad over. And then this one you would quad off of that table and then double into the corner. And then the OP way through this next section is to 555, and I'll post a clip on our IG today that I did get the 555, but I just didn't get it on this lap because I felt like it was going to be a little bit too much of a stretch to try to have a good lap. And as you can see, I'm on lap 505, so I wanted to get it before I was done with this race. But just putting a good clean lap together here. I think I maybe blow it almost going up the tunnel right here, but you can see the sand section really dug in deep into that Supercross triple, and then up and over the tunnel. So you could either go through this section, you could jump all the way into the pocket after this table and then jump into the corner, but I like the step on, step off thing. This feels like a little bit faster than the little table to the finish line jump. But Manchester Round 2, really fun kind of like kickoff to the Round 2 tracks. And then Fort Dodge Round 2, I mean, it is probably the most iconic track from Reflex. I feel like most people that have ever seen a Reflex video have probably seen Fort Dodge Round 2. I think it was included a lot in the footage that they used to build up the game, was the Fort Dodge Round 2 track. But super unique concept into the stands twice on this track. And another track that I just feel like we would probably never ever see really built in real life, but it'd be super cool if it was. A lot of different, I feel like, mixed options available on this track, and I think I blow it going up out of the stadium. But again, lap 505, just trying to get a decent lap in. But the line I like doing right here is stepping from the inside up to the plateau and then stepping over and then doubling up to this. And I did get it like twice, but then I clipped my head on the roof of the stadium as I was going up and through this tunnel, which is a thing that I feel like a lot of people have experienced on this track as well. But how cool is that? Like up into the concourse area, then stepping back down, like something you would just never see. I remember the first time I played this track, I was blown away for that like idea, because I don't think we'd ever even seen it on a video game track before. And really cool concept. And then you go right back up in the stands again, triple up to the top. And this one, you go into the concourse again, but immediately little turn around and come back out. And the stuff that they modeled up there, like the hot dog stands and the escalators and stuff like that, so much detail went into it. Big downhill triple into a whoop section. And gosh, just a fun track. Fort Dodge Round 2 was just like, it was like all these fantasies that you have about what a Supercross track could be like built into a video game. If we ever got a track like that in real life, it would be nutty to watch Eli Tomac or those guys try to hit that track and see how they would make it work. Here's Stone Point Round 2, which is the 7th track on the list. I feel like it's a little more low-key than Fort Dodge Round 2, in my opinion. I think it could have gone before that or even before Manchester Round 2, but it just is the 7th track in the line on the list. Again, another really unique track. You jump over the first turn complex here after you go step on, step off after the finish line, which is the finish line is like a tunnel jump, but it's not like a really big jump. I go through this first turn complex and step on, step off quad double. I just feel like that's the line that I've always preferred through there. Whoop section right here, and then for the longest time when I played this game, I could never get this line clean, but now I just get it pretty regularly. It's this double quad line, which seems pretty easy to me now. I guess maybe I just got a little bit better at the whip glitch to just carry that flow over. But that's really fun. I like this kind of jump into the corner, and then you hop over again. Almost went a little bit long right there, and then quad and carry speed into this uphill dragon's back. I mean, again, just like the ideas and the originality with the rhythm section lanes that they laid out on these Supercross tracks, it just felt like you were hitting something so unique every time. Even some of the lanes are pretty, I guess, like monotonous or repetitive, but they just feel really unique. And now we get to what I feel like was the coup de grace of all the things that they put into this game, which was Kingston Round 2. Outside of the stadium track, it feels, very like Vegas finale vibe, I guess, because initially there was only 8 stock tracks on the, ability to play the Supercross tracks in the game. They added 2 more, and we'll show those as DLC. But this track was, again, like all the other ones before it, just incredible. So many different options. I love the flow right there of getting over that tabletop and tripling into the corner. They have 2 metal ramp jumps, which are so foreign at this point in time. Like, I think only Jeremy McGrath's Invitational in 2006 ever even had metal ramps as a finish line jump or anything on a Supercross track before. And they put 2 of them on this in 2009, and that was 2006. And then since then, they've had metal ramps like at the WSX rounds and stuff like that. But man, just the creativity here. Off camber to a little step down right there. Then you triple this, jump down to the backside of this table right here. And then I think I go triple into the corner right here. Like, just like I said, it just feels like every line that you hit on these Supercross tracks were so unique with the flow that they had. Maybe you weren't hitting something that was really all that different or unique. Like, it had the same, 5-foot singles and tables and stuff like that. But the way that you could connect lines was really what made it fun. And, the rhythm racing aspect of it and creating flow by pushing through jumps and scrubbing stuff and all that. Like, Reflex just nailed so many things and aspects with the way that the physical engine worked. Now, I totally blow this section right here. I'm trying to go on, off, and then step up to the top. And I'd had done a decent enough lap that I was like, I'll live with it. I could have done that better. Really, I like going to the outside and tripling and then stepping up to the plateau and then off. Like, it's pretty easy to do, but I don't know why I blew it right there. But that's all the 8 original stock tracks. However, there were 2 what I call stock tracks added later on, which were Boxcar and Switchyard. So we'll do Boxcar first here. And this was a very unique concept as well, which was the idea of like building a track underneath like a New York City overpass, I guess, with a warehouse that you go in and out of a little bit. And the tracks that came out of this too were also supremely unique, as I blow the on-off right there. But I think that's the only thing I get wrong. I think most of the rest of the track I get pretty decently. But again, just super unique concept. I love this little like off camber. You go to the inside, you can double, and then you go triple, and then triple onto the plateau, and then step off. But if you go outside, you can jump down quad, I think, which is another really fun line. This track, to me, I felt like didn't have very good flow because it feels really notchy, like right, left, really quick with, U-turns and 90s, and then you're suddenly going diagonal across the track, and it just feels a little bit weird. But it was still a really fun track, in my opinion, and a cool little addition that they eventually had. But I personally liked Switchyard, which we'll check out here in a second, better as the last track that we'll watch here on the video today. Fun little concept, I felt like, just to go through all of these stock tracks one by one, do one lap on each, talk a little bit about the track, talk about the flow of the tracks and the uniqueness that the Rainbow Studios crew provided for us 13 years ago with this game. So Switchyard, like I said, I like this one a little bit better than Boxcar, but I still would rank probably 4 other tracks above both of these, in my opinion, in terms of the funness of them and the cool rhythm options that were available. But this is still, fun, cool concept. Start line, you jump over the start line into a flat left-hand corner, step on, step off, rising and falling whoop section. This line here is my safe line, but you can go outside triple, quad, triple, I think it is, and then maybe triple again, but just did a safe line right there because it's easy. Under the tunnel, little whoops under the tunnel, then sick little tire tap, and I think I get a little corked out right there. Nice little kind of laid over scrub. And then this section was always fun too. Pop this triple out of the corner and then pop up onto the table right there. Get it a little bit short, step off, and jump into the corner. There's so many big or different lines you can do through each section of these tracks though, and man, it was just made Reflex so fun, in my opinion. But that's a little Flashback Friday for you guys today. Checking out one lap on each stock SX track in MX vs. ATV Reflex. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So long for now.